Hello, audience. I see you there. Thank you for joining me. We'll get to the others soon, but first, I wanted you all to myself before the narratives get twisted beyond my control. Look at you, beautiful things. Are you ready for this tale? Tucked in tightly for my narration? Prepared to follow me into the dark wood where the fairy tales dwell? I should hope so. There are some characters that are dying to meet you. After all, some of us only exist for that purpose. And in what better format to offer that to you? And now, dear audience, why don't we begin in the way that all great stories do? Why, we'll start at the beginning, and when we come to the end, we'll stop. And now, sweet audience, once upon a time, hello everyone. Welcome to Vibe Tribe Productions Between the Prose. This is a 5e homebrew adventure, and I'm very excited to have you guys all here. My name is Finn. I'm going to be your dungeon deity for this adventure, and I would like to introduce our players for this season. We are going to do things a little bit fun, wherein I'm going to assign all of you a number and then roll a d4 so I don't show favorites. So Connor is 1, Dan is 2, Kendar is 3, and then Eric, you are 4. Who's going to be our first victim? It's Dan!
Hi, I'm Dan. I play Mordau of Clan Viento. I am very excited to get into this campaign with you guys. Very excited.
Kendar, you're next.
Hello, I am Maximus, otherwise known as Kunda. Let's just say Ben knows what she's in for with my character.
Connor.
That's me. Hi, I'm Connor. I will be playing Love. Did we do class? We did do class and stuff, didn't we? Do we want to? I don't know, maybe. I'm not going to. I'm playing Love. Her name is Love, and she's great. You'll see all about her in a bit.
And Eric. Last but not least.
What's up, Internet? This is Dungeon Master Eric, and tonight I get to be a player with our amazing DM tonight, Finn. And I am playing Quill, just Quill, because I know you can't pronounce his actual name. But let us have some fun.
All right. Thank you guys. I am very excited to start this adventure with you guys. Where we begin is at the wonderful mystery that is Candlekeep. Candlekeep, for those who do not know, is a structure large and imposing and getting its name from the fact that its silhouettes against the coastal sky resemble candles. Candlekeep is a fortress of solitude and knowledge as it holds every manuscript known to man and otherwise. And our players are starting at the front gates. There are multiple gates in Candlekeep, and each of the guards at the gates have allowed you access. Now, you can all show up at the same time, or you can all show up individually, but I'm going to let you guys decide from here. Now, fight amongst yourselves as to who's going to introduce their character first.
Oh, well, Quill's showing up early, isn't he? Always got to. What's going on with this other rebel? Who else is here?
Go, Dan, go.
So at this point, about 8 foot. Let me see. He's about 8 feet or so. Goliath, gray skinned with like very. I mean, they're dark, but just runic lettering all over his body. Would have came up. He's got black hair, put into like a kind of a ponytail, and he's like, "Is this the line to get in? Are you trying to get in this big place too?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find some info. You know, I heard there's a lot of book things in here."
Right, you are, mate. Lots of book things in here. I'm sure we could find one with large print.
From right in Mordau's shadow, a line of white, like bright bluish white light kind of sketches around on the ground, and out comes a hand, and then another hand, and then you see two like almost like gazelle-like horns pop up, and a red tiefling with glasses, and she's wearing on from shoulders up that you can see she has a dark green cloak, and like normal traveling clothes underneath that with some leather armor. There's a staff that's poking up on her back as she holds herself up and pulls herself out and crawls out from underneath or out of the shadow through the portal, which then snaps closed with like a snowish flurry, and she kind of shakes some fey snow off of her shoulders, and it kind of just glitterily evaporates from the air. She goes, all right, well, Candlekeep. Don't know which one this is, but it's the one I gotta be at, apparently. Yeah, I know what I'm here for, and I'm really hopeful that I'll find some friends that'll be able to work with me. And she notices the two of you, and okay, sorry. Futzes with her glasses for a moment. Hi, I'm Love. I'm here to find my boyfriend.
I'm not interested. There you go. Have the big one.
Oh,
and I
no. I already
inside.
have a boyfriend. He's
he's
great. You'll we'll see him later. No, but maybe a book will help me find him. You see, he's lost, and I'll tell you all about it later. Let's I'm good to go in if if you guys are.
Yeah, you guys see from around the corner, you can see he's just climbing on the wall, like just 90 degree angle, and he's climbing, he's currently climbing down, and you see him just land right behind Bob, and he's looking around and another place. I'm like, it's like, why did I have to be invited to a library? And you also see on his shoulder a very colorful bird. It's basically looked like it's been splat in different types of colors, and you just see him scratch it and stuff.
Are you
And
climbing
as-
on walls? Are you a window washer?
Me?
Well, you're halfway up the wall, ain't you?
I don't think
They
you're
got
being
you washing
nice.
windows.
I think that's just a big
I was just
wall. I
standing
don't
on
think
top.
there's windows.
I was just sitting on top of the wall. Top of the wall.
You
As the
just
four of
hang
you
out
have
there.
this conversation, from the imposing wooden doors before you opens a smaller door set into its structure. And out from that door walks a halfling male with graying hair, large round glasses, and scholarly robes. As the door finishes opening, he looks up, a bright smile warming his face, as he recognizes each and every one of you. Anyone can roll an insight check if they'd like.
I'll do that.
All right. So, Quill and Mordo, you two do not recognize this man. He is a myth to both of you. And you might even feel a little bit confused as to why he's looking at you and smiling at you with such familiarity. But for Quendar, you know you don't know this man. He is a complete mystery to you, and because of your past and because of your profession, maybe it's a little bit weird, a little unsettling that he seems to be looking at you with such joy and promise, you think. But for love, you vaguely recognize this man. You've seen him, but not him, in your different travels. And you know that his name is Jozu Cherry Mouse. And as he fully walks out from behind the door, and he smiles at you, his arms open wide in celebration, he says, "My friends, you're here. This is wonderful. I wasn't expecting you all to show up at once, but this is wonderful. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Please come in, come in, come in." And he ushers you inside to Candlekeep. Interior that some of you don't know. Candlekeep has been fairly guarded secret, very well guarded because of the types of information that it carries inside. Only a few select people are granted access into coming into the Great Library. And as he walks through the entrance, he addresses you once more and says, "Welcome to Candlekeep. I know I probably have not properly introduced myself, but my name is Jozu, Cherry Mouse. I've asked you all to come here to help me with a matter of sorts. I know you must be tired from your long journeys, so please relax for a little while, but I would like to see you in my office within the hour please, so that we may start our business as soon as possible. And Jozu bows deeply to each of you and then scurries away further into Candlekeep and behind another smaller wooden door that is presumably his personal private office. What would you guys like to do?
Do you think that thing is that guy is a cherry mouse? Like, is he a cherry or a mouse by chance? And he's hiding his true form from us? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Maybe we'll find a book about it.
You know what, Mordau? I think you're onto something there. But no, that is Professor or Doctor or Mister or Lord Cherry Mouse, depending on which one this one wants to go by. Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy, and I'm excited to be able to work with him, work for him. So yeah, I'm excited to meet you too. I think this is going to be a great time, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. And she kind of moves her hair behind her ear and around her horn and is just, and doesn't know what to do with herself.
Yeah, Kunda is just going to sit at a chair and he's going to put his feet up on the table and you just see him just take a bit of a rest. And he's dressed in all black.
The silent type.
With his face covered.
Quill, you got any ideas of what to do? Should we go? What are you here for?
A better education. Now, which way to the stacks?
The stacks are all around you. There are some that are more haphazard. There are some that are further back into the library, tucked neatly into traditional rows of the stacks. That area farther back seems to be less densely populated by the individuals that are inside of the library. But you can see about 4 different individuals who are scattered around this main common room, as it is, of the library. Some of them have books. Some of them are sitting down at tables in alcoves, and you can hear hurried scribbling as if they are taking notes.
Well, let's see. And I just reach up as high as I can on the shelf, grab a book, and just start reading.
What book do you pick up?
The very first book, starting at A in this section.
Armor for Dummies.
Reading Armor for Dummies.
You find chapters upon chapters giving different descriptions of known armor throughout the lands. Everything from leather to studded to heavy to plate to scale, so on and so forth. There are some catalogs of different magical enchantments that have been known to go onto each different piece of armor. Further in, you can also find different descriptions of bracers and boots.
With Quill's intelligence, how long does it take him to finish this book?
Roll me. Oh, what kind of check do I want to make you roll? Roll me just a straight intelligence check. It takes you probably about 10 or 15 minutes, taking care to catalog each different type of armor, what it looks like, and the different ways that you can enchant it to make it stronger, or even be able to beef it up to get a better profit when you sell it.
All right. Next. And I just go to the next book on the shelf.
Are you gonna read all the books like that?
That would be my intention, yes.
Okay. I'm like, is there a giant section?
Do you mean like giant books with bigger text or history of giants?
I would think. Well, no. Let's go with the first one. I want to find a giant book.
All right. Yes, it is next to the children's section, which is down 6 stacks and to the right in 3 stacks.
And what book is this? What I grabbed the first one. I think back to what Quill did. I'm gonna grab the first one.
Just the first book?
Yeah.
Roll me a d20.
Six.
A 6. I didn't think I was going to have to pull out the Candlekeep Mysteries source book or adventure book, but you find a book of cylinders.
Ooh. They're just shapes of cylinders.
There are so many shapes of cylinders, and it tells you exactly how to tell the different cylinders apart and the different metals and objects that you can make these cylinders out of and different things that you can put into these different cylinders, and there are pictures.
Is there a picture of the greatest cylinder of all? A rod that you would say would be immovable?
You know what? Just because you asked, I'm gonna roll a d20 and find out exactly what it says. Yes, it does. It does have a picture of an immovable rod, and it has every conceivable type of immovable rod that you could ever find in the entire world of Faerûn. Not only that, but the page next to it also describes the second best type of cylinder, which is a tinder cylinder.
Mordo, I was going to take this and show it to Quill.
Swipe left.
Take an inspiration, Eric. Oof.
Well, if there's any books that are too high for you, I'm not going to reach for them. Just because it puts the book real high up. Not in the giant books section.
I then manifest a mage hand. There are no books out of my reach.
I keep holding on to it. I'm like, oh, you almost got it.
You hear 2 people from across the library shush you as you guys are being very loud. Max, would you like to do anything?
He's gonna look towards Mordai and just give him the serious look of this is a library. You best be quiet, dum dum.
And Connor, what would Love like to do?
Love is going to wander over into. Is there like a very clearly marked Fae section?
Roll me a luck check.
A luck check.
A luck check.
All right, hang on.
To see if it's on this floor or not.
Got you. How about that 6 though?
6, it is not on this floor.
Okay. Love is just going to wander around, just kind of checking everything like 3 or 4 times. Be like, did I miss it? Did it change? No, still not here. She's like nervously fidgeting and cleaning her glasses and putting them back on, and walks by the help desk, like each time, and is like, no, and then just kind of keeps passing. It's like, I'm not gonna do it this time, and she's just gonna keep trying. And
There's
just
a
doesn't.
robed figure who is not so subtly looking at you with a raised eyebrow.
Yeah, it could be ha, and then just keep walking by, and that's how she's gonna spend her short rest, is avoiding contact with people.
Perfect. Well, 30 minutes goes by. Would you guys like to do anything else? Explore? No?
I do want to. Mordau's gonna look for. He's gonna go look seriously for any book about the ordering.
About the what? I'm sorry?
About the ordering.
Ordering.
About about giant, like the hierarchies of giants and things like that.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check at advantage, please.
Okay. He's just trying to see if they have anything that he hasn't already learned, or any different insight from somebody else.
You find a children's book about the ordering, which gives a brief history and synopsis of which you probably already know.
Yeah, he just goes through it and he's like, nothing, and he just tosses it. He's like, mm-mm.
Do you throw the book on the ground?
I do throw the book on the ground.
Perfect.
Because,
yeah. Yep. Behind you, you hear a quiet tapping of feet, and you hear a gentle clearing of a throat, and there is a brunette-haired half-elf woman holding the book that you just threw on the ground, and she is looking at you sternly.
Ma'am, there must have been a mistake. This book was on the shelf. It actually belongs on the trash. This is a bit biased in terms of giant history. So I thought I would help you guys out by assisting in curating it.
You know this is a children's book, correct? It's not meant to give the whole history of
Right.
giants?
But I mean, from what I can see, doesn't even give the right history. This is biased. I don't think even children should learn this.
And what would be the correct history, sir?
That all giants should that there shouldn't be a hierarchy. All giants, even though that's what the book says, that there is different levels of giants. I think all giants are equal, and I think that's what the Allfather actually meant to say. But this book is definitely written in a skewed bias. So I just wanted to help you guys out.
If you're looking for the socialism's view of giants, I can take you to that section, sir.
Okay, yeah. And you know what? I will keep this book. You know what? Maybe I can find some kids to give it to.
And she hands you the book, knowing full well that there are no children that come anywhere near this place for fear of sticky fingers and juice boxes. But she takes you to the reference section and the political views section of the first floor of the library. And after an additional about 5 or 10 minutes of searching, she takes a very big, very heavy encyclopedia-sized tome and hands it to you.
All right. What does the encyclopedia? It's just different views of alternate ways that the ordering could be seen as, things like that.
It literally says the Socialist Guide to Giant Society.
All right, perfect.
And it has a giant flag with a fist that says equality on the knuckles.
All right. Well, thank you very much. This will be great. knowing full well, he's like, I don't think this is going to add anything more to my knowledge, but I don't want somebody to throw this away, knowing full well that he's going to throw away the children book somewhere so it wouldn't get put back on the shelf. But both of them are now in his bag. And yeah, I guess he's going back to the group.
And she nods, and before you leave, she says, if you need any help finding any other books, my name is Zenoa, and you can call for me. I'm happy to help you.
Okay, do I yell it?
Preferably not. Find a help desk, and we will be able to find you, and you will be able to find me there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. And she toddles off to said help desk.
Is Love still wandering by the help desk?
Yeah, I think Zenoa walks by, and Love is like, excuse, no, I'm good. And then just like, oh, and the moment Zenoa walks past, Love shifts from being like no, never mind, I'm fine, into like, damn it, Love, you practice this, you're better than this, I know you can do this, and but very quietly and like kicking dirt clouds that don't exist. And then sees Mordau and, hi, yeah, hi, hi.
Are you needing to ask the help desk to find your boyfriend?
Oh, no. I feel like if it was that easy, we would have found each other by now. So I think I'm just gonna stand over here quietly and not do much of anything until Cherry Mouse is ready to see us, I guess. Hi, how are you today?
Good. Been better, been worse. Clear some trash that they had up on the shelves. But other than that, just waiting to kick things off. I don't know. I didn't really recognize that person, but obviously they knew us. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, I get it. I've traveled through a couple of different versions of the timelines and stuff, and so things can be a little confusing sometimes. But I'm excited to be able to be put on this task with you. You seem very big and strong, and I think that's great. Yeah.
Wait, you said alternate timeline?
Yeah, I grew up with a group of people, and we kind of like we're kind of like our own library, like this place, but different and bigger, and we just kind of send people wherever they need to be to kind of get information and share information and help people as much as we can. So I've seen a few things, and I won't bore you with my whole story now. I think we can probably wait since we're going to be working together. I don't want to lore dump on you all at once, but yeah, we've had a great, it's been, we've had a very successful year, and I'm really excited to have use my time off to go on this personal quest, and yeah, it seems great. How are you? I already asked you that. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
In those alternate timelines, is there an ordering?
I'm gonna be honest with you. You're kind of the first giantkin that I've ever worked with or met or talked to. So I don't really know much. I know about halflings, but I don't really know much about the other side of the size spectrum. Is that rude? That's rude. I shouldn't have said that.
No, it's
Okay.
just kind of my whole life thing.
Ah.
But it's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll figure things out together. We'll find your boyfriend. I'll find out how to take down the system. This should be easy.
I love taking down systems. I may not look it or act like it, but I'm a bit of an anarchist myself. So that sounds like a wonderful time. I'm really excited to work with you.
Very excited.
Yeah, I think this is going to be great. It's the beginning of a beautiful, beautiful friendship. Let's maybe go find find the others and wait patiently and not bother any of the staff like I thought I was going to, but I didn't because I'm.
What were you gonna try to ask him?
Oh, I just came from a Fey realm, and I was just kind of hoping to do a little bit more research to make sure I didn't like offend or upset anyone when I left and then came back over here. So, but you know, it's in the past. It doesn't really matter. I just need to kind of do something, otherwise I'm gonna go crazy. You know? Yeah.
Zenoa at the help desk is still staring at you, not moving from her spot, waiting for you to ask for help or walk away so that she can do her other tasks.
Is she still looking at me?
She's still looking at you, dead at you, eyebrows raised, hood down.
Do you want me to ask her?
If you wouldn't mind, just ask where the Fey section is. That would be kind of
Okay.
helpful.
Do you know where the face section is, Zeno? Zenoa?
The Fae section, are you looking for history of the Fae, how to get to the Fae Wilds, different aspects of the Fae Wilds, fairy tales, Fae tales, or a bestiaria of the Fae Wilds?
Morning. Looks in love.
Could you ask her for me and just kindly say I would love to know anything about like their etiquette and like the court system and any kind of research materials in that regard, please.
A book floats over to you, being held in a spectral hand.
Love immediately freaks out. Ah! And from her hand, like 4 little tiny orbs of light just kind of dance around. And she,
Ghost
and she like
hand!
tries to grab him. She's like, no, I'm so sorry. This must be what I'm looking for. And she's gonna grab it and put it inside her cloak and be like, thanks, and just immediately go over to Quill and just be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Reminder that you can't leave Candlekeep with the books. They have to stay here, Zenoa says as she walks off to complete another task away from the help desk.
A silent thumbs up over Love's shoulder as she just turns even more red with embarrassment.
Anyone else?
Yep, Mordell follows Love. Respectable.
But Quill is on like the 5th book now.
A Dungeon Daddy's Guide to Dungeon Dwellings and Diving.
Shameless plug.
There is
Do you know
far
how-
more leather in this book than I was ready for.
Do you know how hard I had to fight myself to not put Dungeon Daddy as my tagline for this game?
I'm proud of you for not, but I'm also disappointed you didn't.
I know.
Dungeon
I
Daddy,
am.
Dice Boss, they all pretty much write themselves.
The title could go on. Regardless, we're in game now. Womp womp.
Yeah,
I'm
could
not-
sorry.
I'm just not certain how this implement is going to be useful for surviving a dungeon. Well, maybe a different kind of dungeon, but not spelunking.
Well, I mean, technically, I shouldn't say anything. Just and sits down next to Quendar.
Kundai is gonna voice to his bird and just say like discreetly, but not to like give off too information. And I'm gonna name my little familiar Lori, and say scout the area for our target. And does she find anything? Of the description?
It takes her. Are you wanting her to scout just this floor, or are you wanting her to scout the entirety of the Candlekeep library that she's able to access?
Just this floor alone.
Okay. It takes her about 5 minutes to go up and down the length and then across the width of this floor. But as she returns back to you, she lands back on your shoulder. She ruffles her feathers to redistribute the heat in her body, and she begins to preen her wing as you know that this is a sign that she has not found her target.
Okay, then he's like, you take a rest.
And she bobs her head, and she kind of settles down onto your shoulder comfortably, as a bird does. At this point, it has been just about an hour, and Zenoa finds the four of you and quietly informs you that Jozu Cherry Mouse is expecting you in his private study and is happy to lead you there should you not know the way. Do you follow her? Good.
Yep.
Zenoa takes you along the path that you saw Jozu take earlier in the hour, and she does not say anything much to you, but you can hear her muttering to herself, just kind of going over instructions for her job, marking different areas that need to be tidied up in the library, and different ways that she can make her job a little bit easier on herself. But as she takes you to a set of wooden doors, she pushes them open and leads you inside. And as you enter, you find yourself in a grand stonework balconied area. It has several benches, a few different bookshelves along the edges of it, and is completely littered and scattered with different loose pieces of parchment, spell scrolls, books, tomes, encyclopedias, playbooks, everything under the sun that you can imagine being in a library. It seems that Jozu has hoarded himself quite a collection and has almost one of every piece of work in this area. As you all enter, Zenoa nods her head and leaves the room, closing the door behind her. And you see Jozu standing next to his desk near the end of the room over by the balcony, and he looks up at you as you enter and smiles warmly. What would you like to do? Bork, 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 indeed.
That's me. So, Professor, how can I actually help you, mate?
Yes, Mr. Quill. Well, it appears that I need assistance from all of you. And as I'm sure you noticed in my letters, I am willing to pay you in knowledge that you seek. In fact, and he motions to his desk, and you see that there are 4 books specially placed on the desk, equal distances apart. They each have a different color cover, although there are no words or markings denoting the contents inside of the books. One is red, one is blue, one is yellow, one is green. And Jozu, after addressing these books, returns his attention back to you all and says, I need your assistance in researching a topic. And if this wasn't such a delicate matter, I would be able to find help from anyone, it seems, but I need the help of you 4 in particular. I believe the 4 of you can keep a secret, which is what I need the most. Do you think you can assist me with this before I go into much more detail?
Is the world flat?
Which world are you speaking of?
On the maps,
See.
they are.
See, we've just admitted at least one world is.
As I'm sure you know, Mr. Quill, there are planes of existence.
28.
I'm sorry?
28 in our current cosmology.
Yes. I knew that you would know this. Then you know that in most terms and most ways, most scholars believe that these different planes will stack upon each other, such as plates on a shelf. Correct? One would then think, by default, in order to stack more evenly, the worlds must be flat. However, not many of us are able to fully explore the heavens to prove or disprove such a fact.
Well, I guess it's time we get exploring then, isn't it?
I agree. Now, what I need from each of you is your sworn secrecy on this matter, for what information I am to impart onto you can neither leave Candlekeep nor go to the rest of the world. Do I have your understanding?
If we possess knowledge, are we then bound to Candlekeep forever?
No, of course not. Not unless you die on this task for me, in which case, yes, you will be bound to Candlekeep forever, as we have a very lovely cemetery or crematorium for which we can intern you.
What does it matter what my bones do? I'll take the fire.
Then I will have you fill out the proper paperwork in just a moment to let us know how you would like to be handled in the event of your untimely demise, which I hope will not occur. Yes, love?
Oh, and you swear that you have the information that we seek, right? Like we're not going to get like a one-sided, short-ended deal thing going on. Like you have the information and you can help us. So if we help you, we'll get our payment in kind by your word. Yeah?
I promise to give you all information that I have access to aid you on your quest or questions.
Okay. That is that's good enough for me. I'm in. And she pushes her glasses up and steels herself for a fun adventure. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't plan on dying, so yeah, I'm in.
Wonderful. And you, my drow friend?
Sure thing. And he takes off the banana, and he has sort of an ashy face, but glowing red eyes.
Like, the window wash is coming.
Yes, I did say the four of you, Mr. Quill.
Oh. Well. I was hoping for a ringer.
Now then, since we are all in agreement, I need your help to save the world.
It's Sunday already.
It is Sunday already. I regret to inform you, Mr. Quill. Yes, love. Be more assertive, love.
I'm so sorry.
Stop apologizing and just be more assertive, love.
You want us to save the world?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Sure, why not? That sounds doable. Okay.
You won't be alone in this endeavor, I assure you. I will be here to help you, to assist you from what end that I can. And you will have each other, of course, and you will have an associate of mine to help you on the other side as well as all of the knowledge that is here in Candlekeep.
Easy, love. You're standing on one world while it's also being populated by millions of others. If you save a farmer's child from a goblin, you've saved that farmer's whole world. So don't
Yeah.
blow things out of proportion.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I've done this kind of thing before. I'm somewhat seasoned. I can do
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
You've crossed planes and timelines and everything else, love.
Yep.
It's just nothing.
You're right. It's sure is nothing. Yeah.
You've got
I got
this.
it. Yeah.
If you mess up, just jump to one of those other timelines.
You're so right. Oh, easy way out. I just have to
Easy
figure out
peasy.
how to do that on my own because I can't yet. But you know what? You're right, and I will stay until the job is done.
And in between that, just stand behind him.
Oh yeah, I already scoped that out. Don't you worry.
Because I'm standing behind you.
Wait, am I in front?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
Now, as it seems that we are all in agreement, I shall be more direct in the information. Now, Mr. Quill, you and I spoke of the different planes just a moment ago. It is imperative to let you know that you will be traveling to an area on this plane of existence, this realm of Faerûn, that only a few have traveled to very recently. I foresee you, what is the term? Being as if a child in a sweet shop once you are able to fully experience this area. Are you familiar with the magic of the Netherese people, Mr. Quill? Can roll me a history check.
Only passingly, really. I mean, I know, about them a bit, but some of their particular magics currently exceed mine.
You know about different aspects of Netherese magic. You know that they were an ancient type of people who specialized in magic of making cities float. And they were one of the first peoples to populate Faerûn. You also know that they were able to harness such powerful magic to keep these cities floating for a very long time. However, it has been many, 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 many years since any of these cities have actually floated. Most of them have crashed into the ground or have simply disappeared to the point where there are no recorded floating cities in Faerûn at this time. And Jozu continues and says, there is a piece of Netherese magic that has survived this span of time and has been hidden from most people this entire time. I'm not quite explaining myself correctly. Let me try a different way. Love, you have been to different realms, I am assuming. You know that there are many versions of Candlekeep, as well as many versions of the library that you yourself have called home previously. There is a third like it that exists on our realm, and that is the place in which I need the four of you to travel to. We call it Faerûn. It is cloaked against most individuals, although I happen to have a way for you to travel to and from its location. It is located in the Sea of Fallen Stars to the east of us here at Candlekeep. And for the most troubling part of it, it has been showing seismic activity much like an earthquake very recently. However, it being a floating city, it should have no tectonic plates to create such a phenomenon. And I fear that if left unchecked, it will ruin our chances of continuing to exist on this plane. And so I would like you four to travel to Faerûn and to find out why these quakes are happening and what amount of danger it poses to all of us here in Faerûn.
I think you already know the danger. Half of a bloody mountain and a city built on top of it falling down. Yeah, we already know what that would do.
Yes, I
So
was
it's just
hoping.
trying to stop this.
Yes, yes, you are
That,
correct.
I mean, they might be doing some wacky wizard things. You know, it's always how things kind of end. So we might just be needing to straighten things out.
Yeah, endings are funny. It always depends on which religion you read.
It's almost as if some endings are malleable. Now, the structure of Faerûn is much like Candlekeep. I do not have any blueprints for it, unfortunately, but I can tell you that the structure is so like ours. The only difference being that there is no basement on Faerûn, because the basement would fall straight down to the ground into the Sea of Fallen Stars. I have an associate there who has been doing as much work as she can to help solve this mystery. However, I fear that she needs assistance. She has told me recently that there have been certain attacks and sabotages on Faerûn, which can prove just as much danger to it as the quakes themselves.
Have the quakes been progressing
Yes,
and intensifying?
yes.
At what rate?
Sporadic. Let's see, it all started about 9 or so months ago, I would assume. That's when she first told me of them. Um,
Assume. It may have
yes,
been only one previous to that and completely forgotten of. Oh, that was random. That was weird.
a
However,
hiccup.
9 months ago, they began at a rate that became noticeable.
Yes, at
So,
least 3 a 10 day.
okay, so we're approaching calamity.
Yes.
Well, fresh knickers, you bunch.
Now, before I send you to Farfany, I must ask, is there any business that you wish to conduct here at Candlekeep? Any purchases you'd like to make? My friend, my associate at Farfany, has already agreed to give you quarter there and to share meals with you there, so you won't have to worry about that. And of course, you are welcome to come back to Candlekeep anytime you need for supplies or information that you cannot find there. But you will not be permitted to leave Candlekeep until this job is complete. I would like to express that upon each of you.
I can already detect magic, but its range is limited. And it just detects all magic in an area. It doesn't discriminate. I have to do all the discriminating after the fact. You wouldn't happen to have something that would hone in on a stronger signature that could help, guide us, closer to a problem.
Not on me currently, but I'm sure I can find something. If not an object itself in our stores of magical items, but a spell or a scroll within the library itself to aid you.
Yeah, just something to narrow down the search from an entire bleeding city.
Well, it's not so much a city, Farfany, you understand. It's just the library itself that still stands.
Oh, everything else is already destroyed.
Yes, for thousands of years, hundreds of years even.
Oh, that's, slightly less disturbing.
Oh, yes.
Isn't it? Right? That's less disturbing. With Netherese, okay. Bloody
But
ancient.
less of a search.
So just somewhere inside of a giant magical fuck-all library is some other magic that's going to destroy the actual floating fucking mountain that was built. Oh, bollocks.
It is quite the task, and I understand if you would prefer to skip the adventure, and he places a hand on the yellow tome on the table and scoots it backwards.
No, I just
I'm
want a
afraid
bleeding
that I
shot
would
of whiskey.
I feel it fair to tell you that Farfany is also a dry library, as it were.
Oh, fuck me.
There is a tavern here that you are able to get your fill at, should you need it, Mr. Quill.
I whisper to Quill, we'll get some stuff to go.
I'm just making sure I can get anything through customs in my gut.
Don't worry, I can carry like a whole keg. Done it before. Easy.
Well, Professor Josu, Count Starsong investigations, and just let me finish this point.
Yes, well, you won't have to leave immediately. Like I said, there is a tavern here at Candlekeep that you are more than welcome to adjourn to for the time being, if you would like a moment to gather yourself.
Excellent.
However, as we have stated already, 3 quakes in a 10-day is calamitous, and solving the mystery sooner rather than later would be preferred. I'm sure we can all agree on that.
Wait a minute. Sea of Falling Stars. You got a map in here, Professor?
Yes, I do. And he goes and scurries to the corner. And now I have to open a new tab on my computer.
DM, permission just to open a map of the world.
Yes,
it.
absolutely. Granted.
It's like almost directly to the east. It's like in the middle of Faerûn.
It's like a giant lake. It's where the pirates live.
Mm-hmm.
That's a free lore dump for you guys.
That's just what I remember.
Let me open up mine. Because mine is a better resolution.
Mm-hmm. I had an entire little tab for a bookmark, if you will, for an interactive map of Faerûn.
Oh, nice.
Now I can't find it.
While they're finding the map, you see Kunai just puts his hand up.
And Jozu points back at him and says, "Yes, sir."
Do these three know what they're getting into when I tag along?
I suppose none of you know what you're each in for when you each tag along. Would you care to make friends? Friendships with secrets may not be ideal, but however, what do I know? I just bury myself in books.
And he points to each one of you and just says like one of the time, know this with me being around, you have to watch stuff. Like you have to watch your back, or you'll end up dead in the ditch, so to speak.
Now that seems like a threat, and threats don't do well among scholars.
Been there, done that.
Love does a dismissive hand gesture like this and goes like, "Oh, joke's on you. I watch my back all the time. I'm always worried that I'm gonna die. So I'm yeah, no, that sounds I'm happy to have you here. I guess try not to kill me, and maybe just let me know if you're gonna do it, and then we can kind of work something out. I really don't want to be a bother, so yeah.
Me kill you, please. Not worth my time.
Oh, then great. Yeah, we're gonna get along fine then, because I have zero problem with people dying as long as they deserve it, and we talk about it beforehand, and we have like a whole, discussion about, even if it's just with eye contact, and some, eyebrow raises. Yeah, I'm sure this will be fine.
Yeah, I can be fairly scathing. Have you ever had somebody die just because you insulted them?
That's called vicious mockery, and it's a spell for bards, Jozu says as he dives into a chest full of maps.
What are you, my mother-in-law? Love says, and then, please don't tell her I said that.
Maybe you find a book about like counseling or something for the road. You can read that on the way. I don't know. Or maybe therapy. Are there therapy books? I'm sure you guys got plenty of them. It's all on shelves out there.
There are therapy books. They're on the third floor. They're in section G, I believe, or S. I think it's S for self-help and not G for get help. I can never quite keep it straight in my brain.
The problem with self-help is that if you already sucked, how are you helping yourself? You need outside help.
Is that what the alcohol's for?
No, the alcohol is so I don't shit myself when things start to explode around me.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I thought you were just cleverly working it in and it was outside and you're putting it in.
Now it's called liquid courage.
That's fair.
Josie returns to the center of the room and spreads out a large map of the continent. He puts one finger on where Candlekeep is, and then he stretches out his other arm and barely is able to touch the center of the Sea of Fallen Stars, which is, as we said, almost directly east at the very edge of the continent. This is where Faerûn is located, although you will not find it on any of the maps. As I said, it is spelled hidden from most individuals.
All right. Now, that's beyond the Dale lands. Looks like they're probably 4 hours ahead of us. Maybe more. How many days' ride is that?
Oh, Mr. Quill, you don't have to worry about a ride or transportation there. I can get you to Faerûn in just a matter of seconds.
Right, arriving there in seconds. But the time in which we want to arrive at to get as much done as we can before we go.
Are you hoping to make it there before dinner?
Well, if we needed a night of drinking or we needed shopping or anything else, make sure, say we wanted to be there at 8 a.m., we'd have to leave here at 4 a.m.
The time of your transportation is up to you, Mr. Quill, as is the rest of your friends here. But you are welcome to come back to Candlekeep and visit the tavern whenever you feel thirsty.
I don't want to leave in the middle of the job, I mean, hey, don't worry, almost there, quick break, don't worry, pop back, Bob's your uncle, oh, there's nothing left.
I understand your hesitancy, but if you would need it, the invitation is here, but I shall not force you to come back if that is not what you wish.
So, what is it you want? What do we need to get done?
I need you to find out why there is seismic activity on Faerûn, how to stop that seismic activity to ensure the safety of Faerûn and all of us. And I need you to find out who is sabotaging the livelihood of my colleague on Faerûn.
All right.
It's hard enough to find a librarian who will stay there in solitude. I do not want to go through that process again.
In solitude, is how many people are in Faerûn?
One.
Just one?
Just one.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. That's okay. Yeah.
Her name is Laura Lee. She volunteered for the position. I'll let her tell her story when the time comes, if the time comes. But she prefers the solitude of it there. Very shy girl. I think having company around will do her some good. Really. But if it's just a library that no one really knows exists, there's no need for any hands besides one to help keep everything in line, make sure the rats don't eat the books, that sort of thing.
All right. I don't need much. Is there anybody else? We need to get anything?
I'm ready to go.
Right on.
Wonderful. Now, Mr. Quill, did you wish to have a moment to fill out the paperwork for the event of your untimely demise if it should happen, or would you like to put a pin in that and come back
Oh.
to it?
Do you have the paperwork right there?
I do, yes, here. And he
Mage
hands
hand.
over... Just show off. Just show off.
Yeah, show off
Frickin'
a
bard.
cantrip.
You frickin' bard. You haven't seen Jozu do any magic. You don't know if he can do magic.
Surrounded by all these books, I should hope he at least knows Mage Hand.
You haven't made him need to use it. Ta-da. Yes, he allows the mage hand to take the paperwork. It is standard. How would you like your body to be handled in the event of your untimely demise? Check here for cemetery. Check here for cremation. Please fill in this blank for any last rites you wish to reserve, or any or any religion you wish to be observed in your internment. Sign and date here at the bottom.
No religious rites, and cremation, and official signing is Quillenware. Even I can't pronounce it in real life. I don't speak Welsh.
You played yourself.
I did, but he'll go ahead and sign his name and the date. And was it 1492?
1479, I think.
Was it?
I don't know. Stand by. 1492.
Yeah, 1492 in Dale Reckoning.
Perfect. Would anyone else like to let me know how you would like your body to be handled? Or are we feeling confident?
I think I'm good. I think we'll just figure it out as we go. You know.
Wonderful. Mr. Quill, I will also do you the honor of being burned to ash with a fire and wine barrel to send you off into the astral plane.
I'm not sure how I'm going to enjoy that, but sure. Thank you.
Yeah, alcohol is alcohol. Now then, do we have any other business, or shall I see you through to your quest?
I think I'm ready.
Wonderful. Follow me. And he begins to walk down one of the hallways to the left into a more secluded area of his office area. The darkened hallway turns into a vestibule type area that is completely enclosed. It has one singular window at near the top of the wall structure, illuminating a manuscript that is open on a pedestal with the pages being blank. And he ushers you all into the chamber and says, please gather around the tome, if you will. Now, this shall help transport you to Farfany. It is spelled to drop you off into the audience chamber from where Laura Lee should be expecting you. Please keep in mind that Farfany has similar rules to us here at Candlekeep. There is a magic restriction. There is a fire suppression to ensure that the tomes and the pages do not become damaged by anything bigger than the wick of a candle flare. There is no thievery, shielding, or fighting allowed. There is also no stealing, nor any copying of the tomes and information, as is there is also no damaging, marking, or otherwise modifying of the works. Do we have any questions?
Nope.
We can't copy.
Preferably not.
before we use this tome, do we need to go to the bathroom? Is that a thing? Is that going to mess with anything? I've never done this before.
You mean to void yourself before the transportation or after the transportation?
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to mess with me. I mean, do we have to go to this empty stomach? Because I've been drinking a good bit.
Would you prefer I send you with a bucket?
You know what? Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, a bucket. A little travel bag or something.
1 second, 1 moment, please. And he walks away, and then a moment later he returns with a bucket emblazoned with the words Candlekeep on the front of it, and he hands
That's cool.
it to you.
It's a little souvenir.
It's a souvenir vomit bucket, yes. It happens. It happens.
Yeah. You usually use that book when you've been reading about mind flayers.
Learning about ceramorphosis is it turns my stomach just a little bit. God's willing it never happens to me or to any of you.
No, I wasn't worried about this. Worried about that for anything until right now. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's always good as just a reminder of things. But hey, at least we're far away from Baldur's Gate, eh?
Yeah. I don't think I'm ever going back there.
Not my cup of tea either. Now then, are we all prepared?
Right.
All right. Now then, I need all of you to gather around the tome and place a hand upon its pages, please. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, I prefer to keep my eyes closed for this portion, but if you would like a wild ride, please feel free to do as you see fit. Now then, and he takes a step back into the doorway of the chamber, and he begins to speak. He speaks. Actually, who here knows Celestial?
Double checking.
Nope. Before he starts doing whatever, Kunda dismisses familiar, and he just disappears in a colorful puff of smoke.
She has gone into her little pocket dimension where she will wait until you call her again. Like a good bird.
So I understand, I don't speak it.
Okay. Perfect. So then, the rest of...
Ignore that. That was my bad. Sorry.
I'm not going to ignore it. I see it right there. That was very confrontational. I apologize. That was my bad. That's that good sibling rivalry right there. 3 of you do not understand what he says. Quill, on the other hand, understands most of what he's saying. There are a few... Thank you, Marjorie, in the YouTube chat. I will get him. You understand about 99% of the words that he says. There are a few where it seems like the words don't quite match well in a celestial tongue, and they could belong to a different language. But ultimately, Jozu Cherry Mouse recites an incantation about I don't know how to talk, I'm so sorry. The incantation is as follows. Stories here and old, stories far and near. Traverse these travelers to and fro to get them, and then the rest is lost in the translation. As he begins to speak, you all feel a gust of wind starting at your feet and sucking you, it seems almost, into the paper itself. You begin to see a swirl of colors, a veritable rainbow of light passing through your vision. Love, you would recognize these colors to be very similar to uh, the colors of the Feywild. They are bright and vibrant, and Quendar, they're nothing that you saw in the Underdark. You saw bioluminescent mushrooms and flora and fauna down there, but you had seen nothing like this. These colors swirl and shoot past you and almost make you a little bit seasick as you begin to travel in this light. And then suddenly you are becoming this light, and you are this light, and then you're nothing. You are nothing in this light. You are only light, and you are only the words of your name. And as you begin to feel these very abstract feelings, your senses slowly start to come back to you. You're able to start feeling your fingers and your toes, your wrists, your arms, your legs, your neck, your nose, your ears, your everything. As suddenly you're there again. The lights are gone, and you have the overwhelming smell of dust and earth and water rushing over you as you find yourself in a completely different room. And even a completely different time zone. And you find yourself in a vestibule right at the tippy top of our new map here, on an altar with a similar looking book as the one in Candlekeep that you had just touched, laying open on a pedestal. And you are now in Farfany. The sun is starting to go down in the windows behind you. You can start to see the very faintest lights of stars playing in the sky, and you can smell somewhere in this building a fire brewing, and even a little bit of food starting to cook. What would you guys like to do? You are currently alone.
I had my eyes open for the ride.
You are so sick. You are so motion
So,
sick.
yeah, so as soon as we land, I aim for Mordau's bucket, completely miss, and just all over his shoes.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. You let it out, bud. He just like unflinchingly is like, all right, let's go. And he still holds his bucket. What did you guys see? I just had my eyes closed the whole time.
So what is your character?
Oh, I saw a lot of pretty colors, and it was really nice. And then I think I'm gonna need the bucket.
Hi, wife.
Okay, here you go. And just hands you the bucket.
I feel the bucket. Hi, Eric's wife.
Hi, Eric's wife. Aww. Eric, tell your wife that she has inspiration.
You guys are funny.
All right, 3 out of 4 of you have tried to have a round with the bucket.
Don't worry, I missed the bucket. It's empty whenever I started.
What bucket?
I'm fine. I really just brought the bucket for you guys.
You're such a great friend. Blah.
Gross. You guys.
I had my eyes open, and you basically just see him just grab the bucket and just let.
We're all friends now.
As you all vomit into the same souvenir bucket, you have heard over the past like 5 or 6 seconds stampeding feet as a robed figure begins to run out of an adjoining room and into the hall that you are all in. And before you stands a elven woman with tanned skin and messy brown hair peeking out from under her white robes, as she stands there quite shocked and a little afraid, and she is brandishing a upturned candelabra at you. And she says, "Who are you?"
You said she's Elvish.
She is a wood elf, yes.
A wood elf. Okay. In Elvish, wiping her mouth, Love is gonna go. Salutations, friend. We come from Candlekeep.
I speak common just fine, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. And then switching to Infernal, goes, salutation, friends. We come from Candlekeep, but because
That's
it's
Maybe
not
so-
common.
I'm so sorry. I'm so confused. I think I need to sit down, and Love just sits and puts head in hands and like below her knees.
Murdoch tears a few pages of the children's book to hand to Love to wipe her face.
Takes it without looking, realizes what you've done, stops, goes, not Mordau, not here. Of all places, not here, my friend.
It's fine. It's not the same library.
Okay, we're good then.
Who are you? How did you get here?
Jozu sent us bloody magic book.
Oh, you're his friends. You're the ones that are here to help me.
Yep.
She puts down the candelabra and rushes forward up the stairs to meet you all. And she sees the vomit and goes,
Imagine how we feel.
I feel great.
the
I feel like
traveling
kinda better now.
the traveling can be quite upsetting the first few times that it happens. I'm sorry that he didn't properly prepare you for that.
Oh, he warned us. I just wanted to see what it was like.
Oh. I usually take a Dramamine before I go anywhere with the book.
What kind of spell is that?
It's an anti-nausea spell. It's kind of like Healing Word or Aid or Lesser Restoration, but
Lesser
it's a
Restoration.
preventative. Yeah, it's a preventative.
Cool. Maybe you should have done that instead of showing off your mage hand. As he's wiping the boots off with the rest of the children's book.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand again and just start like shoving
The
finger
ghost!
in his nose.
That's foul. That is absolutely foul.
Wrestling with this mage hand.
My name is Laura Lee. I'm an acolyte here. Who are you?
Nice to meet you, Lorelei. I'm Quill, and if Jozu prepared us properly, you're the acolyte here.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Right. And I just like step down the altar and just sit down on the steps.
Would you like some water?
Oh, don't worry. Brought down.
Oh. Okay, good.
I would. Hi, I'm Love. I would love some water if you could spare some, please.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Give me one moment. And she runs back through the same door that she came from, and then is gone for about a minute before she finally reappears as she's holding a pitcher in one hand and a cup in the other, and hands you the cup and then begins to pour water into the cup.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Laura Lee. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Josu sent you all here to help me, correct?
Yeah, you got the tremors.
The seismic activity, yes. I haven't been able to find the source of it or the cause of it in a few months, and they're getting worse with everyone. And Josu, I know, is very worried about it. So that means that I am also very worried about it. And as much as I would like to find the cause of the mystery, I don't think it would be quite right to send you all into the thick of it without properly offering you food or a place to sleep or a bath. So I am offering all of that to you now.
Appreciate it, love. You, Lorelei, not you, love.
That's me. Hi.
Hi.
Josu said you might have implements that might be able to potentially boost certain magical abilities to help us, narrow down the search area,
Oh.
or that we might be able to go back and get them if they're not available here.
Yes. Well, I don't really have any implements. We don't really have a big wide variety of magical items like Candlekeep has. I more so have spells and books and fairy tales and not a whole lot else. I'm sorry.
No, not your fault, Lorelei. Oh. Sorry, just getting over that ride. Oh, bollocks.
It can be rough.
Ah, well then. Ah,
So do you all want to get right into the thick of it, or would you like to rest first?
No, I think aside from emptying our stomachs a little bit, I think we're good. We got snacks.
Okay. Well then, please follow me to my office so that I can tell you more about what I know and what my findings have been. Please, follow me. And with very stiff, awkward movements, Lauralee kind of extends her arm out and then begins to walk back into the doorway of which she came. Would you like to follow her?
Yep. Love is definitely getting up and then taking out her staff and using it to kind of help walk the rest of the way.
And as Lauralee walks, she very anxiously talks and says, "So, Farfini was founded by the Netherese people and was cast into the heavens by the likes of their magic. And over time, as the magic began to wax and wane, and you can tell that she's reciting from a history book this information. The magic began to wax and wane. Hi, Will, in the Twitch chat. And therefore, different parts of the Enclave, as it is called in the history books, has fallen away into the sea. And so it has only left us here at the Farfini Library.
Knowing
And-
that, oh, sorry. Go on.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Murdown, knowing that they had talked about how Lorelei has been there pretty much all by herself, he's going to just go, "Oh, good job! Like that was good!" Like clap of her presentation. Very much like in his head, he's like, "I don't care about this," but at the same time, knowing that her practicing it and probably never getting any visitors, very much is gonna say, "That was good. Good job."
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that means a lot. Yeah, it's just been me for about 30 years now.
You look great for being alone for over 30 years. That seems really intense. Nobody from Candlekeep comes to like visit, or you don't go on vacations or anything.
Well, with so much to do here, there's not a whole lot of time for entertaining visitors and for taking vacations. I don't really know what a vacation is. But I have everything that I need here. I have books and I have food and I have a big bathtub and yeah, that's all I could ever really need. And well, Josu came sometimes, but he's been so busy with his work that it's been hard for him to find time to come here. And yeah, it's okay though. I'm 160 years old, so I don't really need anyone to take care of me. I do just fine taking care of the books by myself.
Can I check and see if she's being honest about that social aspect? Like, can I
About
get
being alone.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm sus of that.
Roll insight,
I would love to.
and I'm going to roll either deception or persuasion on myself. Okay.
For those of you watching at home, I rolled a 24.
For those of you watching at home, Connor did very well.
Hell yeah.
She is lying to some degree. She does not like being alone. She has grown accustomed to it, but only in the way that when you live by yourself for so long, you start to become more comfortable with your own silence.
Got it.
And only hearing one set of footsteps in your house.
Okay. On the inside, love goes, "Aw," as like heart-wrenching and just like, I get it. I really do. So, love is okay. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. But you could see her eyes light up a little bit when she talked about the books.
So, Lorelei, something that could help us deeply would be books on Netherese magic. They built this place, right?
Yes.
And if the magic is somehow, going wonky, then it might help us to know what they did in the first place, to know what's wrong.
Yeah. So I can tell you all that you need to know about the Netherese magic. I've studied it real good. I know what I'm talking about when I talk about Netherese magic. But if you have any questions other than that, I can find you a book. It just might take me a little bit.
As I reach into my pouch and pull out a stack of paper, inkwell and quill, why don't you just paraphrase?
Oh, sure. Well, see, a lot of the information I kind of already gave when I was walking you back here. But see, the Netheries were able to calm down, Laura Lee. You can do this. You can do this. You know this information.
And
The Netheries
I'm gonna say
were
like, well, Kunda's watching all of this. He's like, just to like, he sees she's panicking and stuff. He's gonna summon back his familiar and just say, give a sit on a shoulder and just give him love.
she flies over to Laura Lee's shoulder, and Laura Lee, who is just going, opens her eyes as the bird lands on her shoulder, and she goes, ah! Oh, I've never seen one of these up close. Oh, what do I do? What do I do with it?
You can look at it to calm your nerves. If you like, isn't it pretty?
Yeah, it's very pretty. Hi, bird. And then the bird kind of like nips at her finger, and she goes, oh,
Laurie,
okay.
play nice.
I only kind of deal with the rats when the rats come into the stacks. But yes, she's very pretty. So back to the Netheries magic. They were able to make their cities float with the help of these things called mythalars, which is, well, they had different kind of shapes and sizes and looks about them, but they were able to harness great amounts of magic in those to sustain the magic for many, many years. And that was one of the things that really made the cities float.
So, what's the condition of the mythalar here?
I don't know. I've never found it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we gotta go whack it, and it'll fix things.
Like with a book?
Yeah, the book, or I can use my. And he pulls out his great axe, and his great axe is just. It looks like it's essentially a giant's razor that he took from his previous home. He's like, yeah, we'll just hit it. I can hit it with the blunt part of this, and maybe it'll stop shaking things up. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get to it.
Yeah, when we get to it. I don't know where it is, but I'm sure with your help we can find it. But honestly, I don't think that it's really the mythalar's fault. I think it's the magic that feeds the mythalar.
See, so it's like empty in a way. Maybe it's running dry or something. I don't know.
Actually, I think it's actually been more like tampered with.
But you've been the only person here, Laura Lee.
Right, but I told Jozu about this, but I don't know if he told you about this. I think that there's been somebody who's been sneaking in and sabotaging things, because I don't think the rats would be able to do it.
Unless the rats are the ones doing it.
Unless the rats are the ones doing it. I did read a story once about a Sharan knight who was able to disguise himself as a rat to be able to escape a demon. But I don't know if that's what's happening here.
I don't think that's what's going on. But have we noticed anywhere throughout the city, or have you not ventured into the city?
The city of Candlekeep?
The city around you, the ruins around Faerûn.
There's no ruins around Faerûn.
This is the only part that's still floating?
Yes. Yeah.
So somewhere then, inside Faerûn, we should find the mythalar.
Ideally, yes. Or underneath it.
Exactly.
But I haven't found it yet. But if you go outside of the library, which I don't suggest, there's like maybe a quarter mile of land before it just starts kind of falling off, and then you'll fall into the sea of fallen stars, and you'll drown.
Is that a tree in the middle of the arboretum?
Well, we may not drown. We may just, splat when we hit the water.
That too. I try not to think of it. Sometimes I think whether drowning would be better than just falling from a very tall height, and wonder which would actually make me feel less as I start dying.
Don't
But
worry,
that's
you
just me.
probably die. Oh, you probably die from the impact, so you wouldn't have to worry about the drowning.
And it's a bit quicker.
That's just what I hope for. But who's to say what will actually happen? Because I don't think I'm going to take a dive off of the side of the library to find out. That's one hypothesis I don't want to test out.
That's a good hope. That's a good hope. All right,
but
let's find this thing.
Well, if you all will follow me into my office, I think there's some more information that I can give you about why I think somebody is coming in and sabotaging the magic that helps feed the Mythalar.
Okay.
And she walks down and into her office, which is this room right here.
Mordell kind of looks to the others. He's like, "What kind of vibes are you getting from her? Are we trusting her? Do you think she's in on it?"
I think, I think she really loves these books, and I don't imagine someone who, cares this much about being here and taking care of this thing to sabotage her own stuff. So I would.
She could always just take the books.
Yeah, but I would say, like, why hasn't she? I don't know. Like, I resonate with that. I get it. I think this is an easy target, and not to get too like scared of the future or whatever. But if somebody wanted to, I don't know, target bigger, scarier, more impactful areas of the world, this seems like a good place to start and do some trial runs and maybe obtain knowledge and forbidden stuff. This place is kind of secluded, and it makes me think that maybe there's information here that doesn't belong at the other place. So,
yeah, true. It's an outpost.
Yeah, and it's an outpost, or it could be a vault. Limited entry, limited ways in and out. I don't know much, but I do know a target when I see one, and I don't know. But I can say from the way that I kind of peered into her soul and motives and stuff, I get it. So yeah.
DM.
Yes.
With the insight I rolled, can I play it the other way?
Yes. You
Okay.
can play whatever way you want, Eric.
No. Because of the roll, there's something specific. With the ability to try and separate the group and talk to them in private before we all join Lauralee in her office. Love, you make an interesting point, but you're forgetting the other one.
What's the other point?
She's
I'm not
absolutely
interested in what he has
cracked.
to say.
She's absolutely cracked. She's been alone for 30 years.
Oh.
She could go to bed completely pleasant, wake up in the middle of the night, and sabotage everything herself.
So it's the one that she's asleep. So we get her when she's asleep.
I said asleep just because of the idea that she may not realize that she's the one causing the damage. She's cracked. She's been alone for 30 years.
I should
Quendar?
have brought the therapy book.
Quendar, do you have thoughts?
He's somewhat agreeing with Quill, but is a bit hesitant. Like we need more information than her just being here alone. Again, there are rats here.
Yeah, we got to keep an eye out for the rats.
Yeah, about the rats. You know what else is a rat? Someone who tells the wrong things.
Oh.
I mean, sometimes, that just depends on your point of view. I feel like sometimes rats are people that tell the right things.
No, I'm talking about when you're, dealing with the guilds and everything else. A rat is somebody who gives up important information to people to get leverage.
Oh, right.
It's possible that Lorelei is the rat giving up information to the outside, someone else and some other forces.
Is this the sleeping Lorelei or the awake one we're talking about?
Could be either.
Let's call the sleeping one Snorley. That way we can kind of keep things.
Sure, we'll do that. So
All
we've
right.
got Lorelei and Snorelei.
Yeah. All right, we got it.
And take another inspiration for that.
Look, do I want it to be the case? No. But if we only choose to see what we want to see in a situation, we will blind ourselves to any other possibility.
No, I keep my options open. If you want a book about keep your eyes open, I have a book about socialism, about giant kind. If you want to read it later, you don't have to read it now. I saw you reading a lot of books earlier. Just thought it might be something you'd be interested in.
It's an interesting point because with giant socialism, I could never imagine any religion whose points of view were misinterpreted throughout the years by their followers. Never could I imagine it.
It's a crazy concept. Yep.
And you see Kunda just smiles at that.
All right. Well, whether we're dealing with Lorelei or Snorley, let's see what she can give us.
You guys hear a blood-curdling scream coming from Lorelei's office.
What happened? Kunda just bolts
Oh
towards
yeah.
it.
Mordau's running too.
Yep.
As you enter Lorelei's office, you see her quaking behind her desk as there are two ghosts on either side of the room that are looking at her menacingly. The air is frigid, you can see your own breath, and if you guys want to drop your tokens on the map, we can roll initiative.
Don't think I gave you my token, did I, Ben?
I don't think so.
Give me a second.
I have to relocate some cats. Give me 1 second.
No, they're perfect where they are.
He's literally blocking my second screen with my map and my
He's
initiative and everything.
literally a good boy.
He is a good boy. You're right. I'll adapt.
Give me a second.
Ladies and persons and men's and everything in betweens of the audience, we're rolling initiative because we're going to have our first combat.
Hey, forgive me for
Ooh.
being a plebeian. How do I drop my
What?
token?
Go to your character journal.
Okay,
You should see your character for your character sheet.
I sure do.
Click and hold.
Oh, I just
Drag.
drop over.
You
There
just
you
drag
go.
and drop, and now you're on the map somewhere.
And then to get your initiative, highlight your token. So you'll click your token.
Oh, I didn't
Then
put
go to your
initial
character
line.
sheet and click initiative.
Got it. Thank you. I knew the initiative roll part, but not the token part.
Why isn't my why can't my ghosties?
Don't forget.
Don't forget what, Alexa? No, that's not what I want. That's what I want.
I'll send it to you by Discord, Finn.
Yes,
Just going to use my...
DM, just one
Yes.
second while we're setting up all the initiatives. I will be right back.
How dare you? I'm so offended.
Is that
I drink a lot. I need a quick bio.
How dare you?
a chibi Lauralee token?
That is a free asset that I found on Roll20.
Okay. It's adorable and I love it.
Yeah, thank you. I thought it would be quite fitting.
'Twas.
Ben, I sent you just a makeshift one for now because I don't think I sent one on
Yeah,
Discord.
I don't know if I can update your character portrait. Oh, I can. Look at me go.
Okay, cool.
Homies of the chat, I hate Roll20 with a burning passion. And I will say that to the dev's face. And they will never invite me to be on their fancy live streams with Abria Iyengar or Brennan Lee Mulligan.
So please sponsor. Hey, guess who remembered to
What?
roll Abyssal Arcana first thing
Connor?
today? It was
Is it
Connor.
Connor?
It was Connor.
Proud. So proud.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marjorie. This DM is learning on the job, and this DM is such a pro. You're so right. You're also right, Lily. It is not very beginner friendly from the Twitch chat.
Where did my initiative go? Did it go away?
I don't know. Did it go away?
I
Wait, where
don't
did my
know.
initiative go?
See what I mean?
Oh my god.
I rolled a 13. So
There it is.
yay, it's
Found it.
back. Back
It's back.
again.
Ben, would you be able to upload my character token because I haven't made one on Roll20? I'm using Beyond 20.
Yes. Here, let me see if I can just. Did that do it? That do it?
Okay, all good. Thank you.
I see
There
it.
we go. I done did it.
And then just roll. There we go. Okay.
I think I can manually. Yeah, Marjorie, we're still rolling. We're still
I'm
trying.
back.
Rolling.
Welcome back. Okay. I just put in your initiative for you. There we go. Okay. You ready to fight some ghosties?
I hope so.
Born ready.
Okay.
Call me Zach.
What?
I said you could call me Zach. That was a joke just for you.
No.
Uh,
No.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. You know what? Permanent disadvantage. Negative inspiration. Alrighty. So our ghosty friend is going to. Oh god, what did I do? There we go. Our ghosty friend is going to. Good. Where did I put your token? I hate Roll20. I'll say it again. I'll say it to the dev's face. I'll do it. Anyway, we're going to do this live. Who cares? So, our ghosty friend up at the top of the map is going to float on over to Lauralee and is going to go and extend its creepy little hand out to her. And it is going to try and attack her. And I need to do a d20, which is going to be a +5. And a ghosty ghost does, in fact, hit Miss Lauralee. And Miss Lauralee is going to take 4d6 + 3 a damage. Miss Lauralee is going to take 16 points of damage as this ghost shoves its ethereal hand into Lauralee's arm and grabs onto her very bones, making Lauralee scream out in pain and begin to shiver as you see some of the light and color of her arm fade away and almost into the ghost's touch. And now it is Quill's turn.
Ooh. So did you say that the ghost had gone into her?
Yep.
And there's still this other one.
Yep. There are two ghosties. One of them is right in front of you.
I am squishy.
As you should be at level 3.
And I did not think this room. I ran into this room. I'm going to hate myself for doing it.
As you should. That was mean. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. When you see what happens.
Do it. Okay. Who are you doing it against?
I rolled absolutely shit damage on this ghost right in front of me. But it
Right.
does have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, it does. All right, chat. Everybody, give me disadvantage on this roll. Oh, it does not make it. With a 5 on die, it's not going to make that Constitution saving throw. So what happens to my dear little ghosty ghost?
Your ghosty gets knocked back 15 feet. 10 feet back. So it'll land outside of this room.
Yeah, it will.
In the room behind.
Why are you on? I found out what I did wrong. I put the ghosts on the map layer.
Yep.
You know, the spot where they're not supposed to go.
I see.
There's a ghost. There's two ghosties. Alright, so Ghosty is going to go back 10 feet. It's going to shoot through the back wall, and you don't hear the ghost.
Nope, but also it destroys all these, wonderful things with all these books and everything else on it.
Yep, the two bookcases clatter back onto themselves towards Lauralee with a resounding thud and a crack and a boom. The candle on the table in the corner, as well as the contents of that table and the table itself, all become upheaved and fly into the room in varying areas, and the candle puffs out.
Right.
And Ghost also takes damage, does it not?
It took 8 thunder damage.
8 thunder damage?
Yeah, because I rolled a 7 and a 1.
Very good.
No, it isn't.
You don't know that. I can have my secrets back here.
And I'll go ahead and I'll move 5 feet this way just to clear the doorway
Perfect.
as I get ready to start yelling insults.
Give me that good.
Though I don't have another action.
Oh, you're just gonna free action.
Yeah.
Vicious mockery without the vicious mockery.
Yeah, so there's no magic. You ululating bollock fluffer.
All right. Moving on. Love, it is your turn.
It me. Okay.
It you.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Love is gonna start going, oh no, not again, and move into the room. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shillelagh on my quarterstaff, which means that it does increased damage. It is technically a magical weapon. And then I'm gonna rush forward next to the desk, and I'm going to attack that initial attacking. Yeah, I don't have cats anymore. Attack the initial attacking thing. What's that thing called? A ghost. That's it.
A ghosty.
Ghost.
A ghosty. And so my first. Nope, not playing the monk. Only get 1 attack. So does a 15 hit?
I think it just about do.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. So I also, as I am a Fey Wanderer Ranger, I also have access to Dreadful Strikes. So I'm going to do my normal 1d8 plus 4 plus another d4. Damn. That's a 10 and a d4 first. Wait, I made a macro. Everybody calm down. And then that's a single point of psychic damage. So that's 11 damage total, 10 bludgeoning with the magic weapon, and 1 psychic damage.
Awesome. However, unfortunately, the shillelagh, as you go to swing it through the ghost, passes just directly through it as if it was mist, reforming into the figure of the ghost itself. Its dreadful appearance turning to look at you with its hollowed out eyes as it opens up its mouth again to give an unearthly screech in rage, pain, dismay in your direction.
Okay, that's fine. And then Love's gonna go, okay, so sorry. That was my mistake. I feel awful, and I'm gonna risk it, and I'm going to back up to here.
Okay.
Next to the door, and I will risk the attack of opportunity if you want to take it on.
I'm actually.
I was gonna say, if I move over there, I will shove you. That way you won't get an attack of opportunity.
I'm just gonna. I think it's in character that Love is just going to. So sorry, my mistake.
I've made a huge mistake.
Very Amy Santiago, which I just now realized is the basis of this character.
What's your passive perception?
Mine?
Yes.
That's a great question, and one that I should have. 1 second, as I reform my things, because Phoebe has stopped blocking my screen like the good boy he is.
He's just a little man.
He's just a little man. He's so
just
large.
a little guy.
My passive perception is 18.
Okay. I forgot about that. I looked at your character sheet and I forgot about that. Jeez.
Yep.
As you're backing up, you're expecting the ghost to reach out to you to hit you as you leave its area. However, despite the look of anger on its face as you tried to attack it, it just stares at you. And it doesn't reach towards you to attack you. In fact, it just jerkily moves its head back to look at Lauralee and screams at her once again.
Okay. That's great. Yeah, and that's my turn, so thank you very much.
All right. Wenda, what are you doing?
And can you give me control of my token?
Am I allowed to give you control of your token?
Right click,
Yes.
and then you'll see the cog.
Oh, I should probably control by. There we go.
Okay, there you go. So with my movement speed, just gonna, and I'm gonna go right about here, just in line with the ghost. But for my bonus action, I'm going to cast True Strike on the ghost.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do the good old, and you see him just place his hand, and a streak of dark red energy just goes straight through him as I cast Eldritch Blast.
We come out blasting.
So we'll roll I'll just roll 2d20 and then just add the +5.
Do you get 2 bolts at level 3?
Nope, that's level 5. That's later on.
Yeah. So then you just do 1.
I'll just do 1.
Yeah. And do you have a feat that allows you to cast True Strike as a bonus action? Because it's a casting time is 1 action, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, that's it. I forgot. I'm not a bloody wizard.
Sorry.
Then I'll just do a normal.
So no True Strike, but yes, Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does in fact hit.
Okay. Roll the damage. And 7 points of damage.
Perfect.
And
you see the ghost turn to look at you and scream at you with its unearthly noise as it looks hurt at what you did to it before it jerkily turns its head back to face Lauralee, still grasping onto her.
And that's my turn. That's all I can do.
Perfect. And we move on to Mr. Ghosty number 2.
Oh wait, my thing. Oh yeah. Never mind. I'm 9.
Oh, you're 9? Oh.
Yeah. I think my thing came off of the turn order. I put another token down. I think that's what messed it up.
Mayhaps.
But let me see. I might need to. Well, I hate to. Is there a way to edit the initiative if I roll? Because I'm probably not going to roll another 9.
Yes.
Yeah, you can manually edit.
All right, cool. Do I have to just hit initiative and then manually change it?
Yes. Go ahead and hit initiative, and then if you can't edit it, then I can.
Okay. Yeah, I can. Okay. There we go. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay.
All right. So, Murdow gonna do what he's gonna do. He's gonna rage.
Hell yeah.
And as a path of, it's gonna get a little squishy in here because as a path of the giant barbarian, he turns large. So how would I? Is there a way to change the size?
If you click your token, you can actually expand it by grabbing the corner.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I was trying to do.
The giant X making it seem like he's just dead.
Ah!
Yeah, this room's about to be very crowded.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the little blue nubbin that goes up the top of the thing.
Okay. See, there's the green thing that's in my way. For whatever reason. There we go. Nope, that just turns me side to side.
Oh, wait.
No.
I might, wait, can I, hold on. I think.
I think the DM has to make you bigger.
Alright.
I can give you any kind of token thing I want, and I'm gonna forget what it means.
Okay.
No, that one's dumb. Anyway, continue with your thingamajig.
Alright, so I'm just gonna. Oh!
Oop.
Just trying to put myself on all four. Or in the middle of them. Well, okay, so I rage. I'm huge. Well, I'm large. Let's see. And so I'd be right here. So I'm gonna move right here. Oh. And I was gonna pick up Lorelei.
Okay.
And basically keep her up in the air because I can use my axe, but seeing that the shillelagh went through, the Mordau's like, he knows that he has an ability where it adds thunder to it, but it only does a little bit of damage. So he's like, all right, next best thing is keep away. So he's going to pick her up.
If you use Lauralee as an improvised melee weapon,
I'm not going to.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I'm just holding her up to the ceiling so that
you put her in air jail.
Yeah, basically. I'm shaping my hand like a chair. And Holler's like, don't worry, lady, we got you.
Lauralee goes,
Laurie on his shoulder, just trying to hold on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just looking at this Lorelei just being held up in the air, and I'm just like,
I love that.
Oh, died again.
Is that your turn?
No, yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna throw her or anything.
Not with that attitude.
Not with that attitude.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, ghosty number 2 is in the kitchen. And ghosty number 2 is going to use its movement. Ghosty number 2 is going to come back into this room. And he is going to look at Hundar. He's going to turn to him with his horrifying visage, and he's going to reach out to try and grab. And I do not believe a 9 beats your AC, does it?
Nope.
So the ghost reaches out and just barely misses as it passes right in front of your nose. And the ghost then puts its arms back and screams in rage at his foolishness. And that is his turn. And now we go to ghosty number 1. Ghosty number 1, who just had its target ripped away from it, looks down to Mordau and screams again and tries to reach towards Mordau. And does a 21 beat your AC?
It does, yes. But is it a spell by chance?
It is.
Oh, no, it's an attack.
It's an attack.
Okay.
It
That's
is
fine.
a melee attack. And the ghost reaches up at your arm that is holding up Lauralee and reaches through your skin and grasps onto your bone as it hits you for 12 points of damage. And that shattering cold begins to seep into
Is it cold
you.
damage?
It is not cold damage, but it's just... Oh, you know what? It's necrotic damage.
Okay, it's necrotic. All right.
So it just feels cold as your life force is slowly being drained from you via your arm bone.
Slowly?
Yeah.
I got a lot of health.
Yeah. Don't worry, this encounter is scaled to you guys, I promise.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Hmm.
And that is all Ghosty is going to do. Quill, what would you like to do?
Targeting this guy back there.
Mhm.
You uproarious pranny nipper.
The ghost goes, eh?
And it has to make a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw.
It does not make it. And
it takes 4 points of psychic damage.
all right. Give me 2 seconds. Because I don't know how to do math. Okay. How would you like to do this?
I just want it to feel bad about itself, so bad that it wants to just stop existing. Life sucked, unlife sucks, just cease.
You see the ghost hear and absorb your words, and its hands fall to its sides, and it goes, and with that sigh, it dissipates into the ether.
Did that
And our
ghost just die of depression?
Yeah. Depression is the real killer, folks. Go to
Oh,
therapy.
no.
Drink your water.
Or bring your therapy books.
Read your therapy books.
Go for a walk.
Go for a walk. Touch grass, folks. Touch grass.
None of these things are cures, but they all help.
Mm-hmm. Go on a hot girl walk for your stupid mental health, as my coworker likes to say.
Go for a run. Run like there's a hot guy in front of you and a creepy guy behind you.
Hydrate or die straight, as I like to say. What else would you like to do, Quill?
I don't have enough liquid courage to get closer, so I'm going to stay right here.
Sounds good to me. Love, what would you like to do?
Well, Love, in her infinite wisdom, she is going to point at the one that just attacked Mordo and say, "Hey, no!" And with that, cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
So I would like a DC 13. Nope, that should be a 14. A DC 14 spell save, please.
I don't know. The thing says 13 on the computer.
I know, but my spell save DC says 14 on this computer up here, and it's a DC 14 Dexterity saving throw, please.
Does it make it with a nat 1?
It does. It actually loops back around, so I take damage. If that's
yeah.
the case.
Yeah,
but
roll
I'm pretty
damage
sure
on
that
yourself.
means double damage.
I don't think so. I think that's only on a nat 20.
Double damage?
No.
No, you're right. I was reaching. Thank you for checking me.
If
Okay,
you
so that is going to
put-
be
a cat on stream right now, I'll think about it.
Kitty.
She's
The
been in my
answer's
lap this whole time. Look
She's
at
a
her
girl.
face.
I know, she's something.
I know, sweetie. All right, you go
And-
back to sleep. Thank you
The
for
answer is still no, though.
playing. Okay, that's
Thank
fine.
you, cat.
Here's a single radiant point of damage. Thanks, D8. You fucking.
Let's
dude.
go.
Oh, I'm so
Listen,
proud of you.
At least you got the one time that a sacred flame will hit.
Yeah, exactly. And I gotta. You're right. I gotta be more thankful. And so I took my message of, hey, no. And that's my,
Maybe you should have been more assertive, and it would have done more damage.
you know what, Mordau,
we'll
you're
work
totally
on it.
right.
We'll work on it.
Thanks,
I
buddy.
see this happening. I'm like, good try, man.
Aw,
Good.
thanks. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna put a hand on Mordau and say, "Oh, thanks." And thanks is the word. And by what word are you thinking that is? That's right. It's the healing word, which is not a DC 13 save.
Can you
I don't know
imagine
why
if you had to
that's-
make a DC something saving throw in order to get healed?
Not gonna lie, I would straight up love that. So
We can make that as a rule, as a house
yeah,
rule.
it's a single level. Maybe. Hey, there's 7 points of healing to you, buddy.
I'm up to 33 health.
Hey. Good
Let's
job. Okay.
go.
And then that is gonna be my turn. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Wendar, you're up again.
Yep. As long as it's within range of myself. Yeah, I'm gonna. So, gonna move up just about here.
Mm-hmm.
And gonna give it a good old Eldritch Blast. I don't
Come
think
out
we're in a
blasting.
we're in a small area, and my other spell is like, oh, that's not going to be a good idea because we're in a library. Okay. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, perfect.
Yep.
Roll that beautiful damage roll.
And it's going to take 3 points of force damage.
Perfect. How would you like to do this?
You just see him just point his hand towards him, and basically just send a blast of thing. But as the energy streaks towards him, it takes on the shape of a dragon's head, and just chomps down on him. But-
I like
but-
it.
But because I killed them, and my thing kicks in. Okay. And basically, I basically just absorb its essence into myself as Dark One's blessing kicks in.
The good Dark One's blessing. Perfect. And for that description, go ahead and take a point of inspiration. You see through the opacity of the dragon's head, the ghost turn its attention from Laura Lee back to you as it looks hurt. And as it begins to fade from existence, its hand drops from trying to grab at Laura Lee and points over to you, but with an open hand. And then as the hand falls, the ghost slowly fades from existence. And we are out of initiative. You guys just won your first combat!
Woo!
Woo! And Laura Lee, still up in air jail, goes, I'd like to get down now, please. I don't like heights. I don't like it. Please. We're really high up.
Excuse me, Laura Lee. Before you come down, Has that ever happened before?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
That's why I
and-
think that there's somebody else in the library who's sabotaging.
Love's gonna take off her glasses and like clean them on her cloak and go, yeah, so just for future reference, this is what we like to call things that would have been good to know yesterday. If there were ghosts here, ghosts?
I didn't know you yesterday. I'm sorry.
It is. Laura Lee, I like you.
Yeah.
I really do.
Oh,
But like,
I like you too.
come on, man. This was that. All right. I
mean,
need to sit down.
in all fairness, it's been a while since I've seen them. But yeah, sometimes they come around. And it's kind of scary.
I'm spooked.
Can I get down now? Please?
Dan, you're muted.
Yeah, okay. Since we're getting out of combat, I get out of my rage and I just put her down onto the ground.
Oh, thank you.
So when's the first time you saw these ghosts?
It was right before the first, quake, I think. Around that time. I saw the ghost, and then, like, maybe 30 minutes later, the first quake happened.
Where did you see them by?
Well, they were in here.
In this room?
Yeah.
Okay. There's gotta be a secret entrance in here or something. And then he starts throwing a bookcase over. I mean,
Please don't destroy my office.
all right, there's already a broken bookcase here. Do you want to die by the ghost, or you want a broken office? Because we can fix one of those things.
Well, I'm hoping that I won't have to see the ghost anymore with your help, because you're here to help me, right?
This is helping, yeah. And then I'm throwing another tape.
Mordo. It's a ghost, sweetheart. That means they
I
can
don't
move.
like ghosts, okay?
I don't like ghosts either,
Don't
but
like
they can
ghost
move through
hands?
walls. They're
know.
in the walls. This is
I
like
know.
game over.
We gotta expose the walls.
Please don't tell him it's in the walls. I'm afraid that he's going to start punching holes in my walls. I don't know any carpenters or any mason workers.
He's looking for it now. Any weak part of the walls, the floor.
It's all just solid stone.
Down.
Quill
I'm
just
just gonna
walks.
look towards more dirt and just get him to tell him stop. Like if you do not behave, I'm gonna slap you. Look.
Yeah, all right.
Quill just walks over to where one of the ghosts evaporated from. You're not acting like the kind of person that Mr. Rogers thought you could be, mate.
Eric, I don't understand that reference.
Mr. Rogers?
Mr. Rogers, the child show person?
Yes.
I didn't watch that as a kid. I was too busy playing Kingdom Hearts.
Surrounded by babies.
I'm sorry.
I'm so old.
I just know
I'm
the song,
sorry, I'm
man.
the youngest person here.
And also, I don't remember any ghosts in Mr. Rogers.
I don't think those ghosts had names.
Well, I mean, that's a matter of perspective, I guess. It doesn't matter now; they're gone. But what's in this room over here? Is there more stuff to?
Well, the room behind us is the kitchen, because sometimes I like to just take my food into my office so I can eat by myself. I mean, I'm always by myself, but so that I can eat and read my books at the same time. But I'd like to maybe tell you guys a little bit about what's been going on here, if that's okay, before the ghosts show up again.
Yes, please, Laura Lee. That would be very helpful, I think.
Okay. Would anybody like some tea? No?
I'll have some. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, please.
Laura Lee scurries into the kitchen and takes about 10 minutes to prepare tea for everybody. When she comes back into her office, she has a mismatched tea set with a teapot on a porcelain tray and sets it on her desk and begins to pour the tea into mismatched and chipped cups and leaves them spaced around so that you can kind of see which teacup is meant to be yours. The tea is fragrant. It is a black tea, and it smells strongly of strawberries. So, like I said, the ghost first showed up a few months ago, right before I started feeling the quakes. But I think that they are connected to somebody being inside the library to sabotage it, because right before the ghost showed up, I started noticing other things around the library, things getting misplaced or left in places that they really just shouldn't be. And also, I saw that the special books were opened and then closed and then turned to different pages, and then sometimes they were dog-eared on the pages, and then sometimes they were glowing, and then sometimes they weren't glowing, and I didn't know what that meant.
By that, we have about 20 minutes to the next quake.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to add this to this tea to, make it go down a little easier. And then I would like to see those special books, please.
Oh, sure. Yeah, they're great. Yeah, and I can tell you more about the librarian while we're on our way over there. Because that's the next part of the story, really. So Laura Lee stands up and leaves the office and goes not really a long distance. She actually stops right in front of what this grassy patch is on our lovely Roll20 map. And in the center of this grassy patch is a stone dais with a figure of a hooded individual with in one hand holding an open book and in another hand holding a quill. This figure is wearing flowing, billowing robes with their face obscured, and you are only able to make out the detail of the face of being a smirk. And lined around this statue in a circle are different colored books. There are 9 of them in total circled around this statue. Each of them are on their own separate pedestal. They are closed except for one, and they each have a different leather bound cover. I don't know how to word, but that. And some of them are glowing faintly, but there are 2 of them that are glowing brightly, and one of those 2 is open-faced. So, these are the special books. They have been here since long before I've been here, and they are the treasured possessions of the acolytes of the librarian, and they are the one item in Farfany that I am sworn to protect against all others. And these are the ones that have been acting weird. lately?
You're sworn to protect them from damage or misuse.
Yes, or theft.
So if I weren't going to steal them or attempt to damage them or try to misuse them, I should be okay to peruse them to ensure the safety of Farfany.
Correct. You are allowed to observe the books, and you are allowed to flip through the books, but you are not allowed to remove the books from their pedestals, nor are you allowed to dog-ear the pages or otherwise harm them.
Right. Just, okay, we're ready. And I just find the open book first.
Okay. So, roll an investigation check for me.
I just cast Comprehend Languages, re-upped it.
Okay.
So I don't know if that is going to give me advantage or just allow me to make this check.
Don't waste your spell slot on it, but the DC was 5. So,
Well, I didn't know what language the book was going to be in, and considering this place was built by Netherese originally.
mhm. As you walk around the statue, you find the open book that is glowing the brightest. Its pages are blank. But to the left of this book on the pedestal is a empty pedestal. And this book in front of you that is open is bound with an orange leather cover.
We have a missing book.
So these books are special, where you can actually go into the books themselves.
Like physically?
Like physically.
Have you
And
done that
mentally,
yourself?
I guess. What?
Have you done that? This
No.
is more to talk about.
No.
Have you? And this started lighting up after the ghost got here?
Right before.
Right before. So the ghost probably. What happens? You said that you're not allowed to mess with the books.
Yeah,
Or else.
right.
What is the or else?
Death
And you've
or
been
grave
told.
bodily injury.
You've been told that it was just death or great bodily injury.
Yes.
And by what source? Did they say that in whenever you agree to the contract, or is just that something that it's like left ambiguous?
It was kind of left ambiguously.
Okay, so maybe the ambiguous is ghosts.
Maybe.
Okay, so maybe there's something in these books. Maybe somebody got in these books or something and is messing with stuff. What are these books? You said we can go into these books.
Yeah.
What's in the books?
Well, that's why they're so special. So, and she motions to the statue in the center of the clearing, and she says, "This is the librarian. They are our patron of Farfeni. They're an entity of time and space, and their favorite offering is books. And so the story goes is that these books were created in offering to the librarian to sustain the magic of the Netherese Mythalar, so that it would always be floating. And these books are said to be the favorite stories of the librarian. so that when the librarian takes physical form on our realm, they can go into the books and relive their favorite stories over and over again.
All right, so we need to find that missing book and put it in here. That'll fix everything.
Maybe. I don't know. I've looked all over the library and I can't find it. I've looked at all the levels and I've asked Jozu if he's noticed anything weird in Candlekeep and he said that he hasn't. So I don't know.
What if somebody took that book into the other book?
Oh. I didn't.
That's actually a very good question because someone's left the stove on here.
I don't know if that would be possible. I don't know if that would be like putting two magnetic items together and they would just like repel or if they would get stuck together.
I mean, we live in a world with ghosts, so I mean, sometimes magnets just don't work like you think it do.
That's true. We do also have magic which can complicate things.
Yeah.
Bending the laws of nature and breaking them at times.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we're gonna need to go in this book then.
Whoa. You're really gonna go in?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't sign a contract, but I'm not planning on dying, so yeah, sure we'll be back. And also, I thought about it earlier. We did not ask how to go back. I'm glad you're alive. How do we go back to Candlekeep if we need to?
Oh, it's the same as when you got here.
I
You
figured, but
Yeah.
whenever we were listening, I kind of did not catch the last bit of it, and I also don't speak Celestial, so.
Oh. I can try and write down a translation for you. I think the incantation will work in any language. I think Jozu just likes to show off his degree, and that's why he speaks in Celestial sometimes.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me either.
He's kind of a show off.
Smarties.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you do that, and Quill, will you be able to read it? Maybe you will. Well, I guess you don't have to speak it in Celestial, but
Well, are we trying to go back to Candlekeep first then?
no, I just like to make sure I know all the exits because I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be jumping off of here into the lake.
Well, I don't think that's going to be an issue at the moment.
Right.
Because if we happen to fall out of the sky from the next quake in about 15 minutes, we'll all be dead and we won't have to bloody worry about it, will we?
That's true, but also I don't plan on dying.
Like ever?
You know, I didn't think about that. Maybe not.
Wow.
I like to
that's
think of
still-
the now. Yeah, I guess that is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good aspiration to have, to never die. Just think about how many more books you could read if you could never die.
That's true.
If
Well,
you could never die, then what would be the point of living?
just
To
in
read more
case,
books.
or to break down societal constructs and things like that. Well, until we come out of that book, I'm just gonna put on this little spot here. Maybe the librarian will like this if they do wake up. And I put the socialism book on that spot. So that way we know where to put that book once we get it.
That's a good idea. Roll persuasion.
Okay. There it is. Persuasion. Normal roll.
Perfect. Love that. Everybody, please give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That's
Oh,
8.
So
So
I
that-
do have advantage on that. Well, is it something that I see? Is it? I'm putting that down. Is it something
Uh-huh.
that I can see that my danger sense will be able to it set off?
Define danger sense.
So danger
I'm
sense.
using inspiration. Better.
I would say no, Dan, because you cannot see this.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Everybody who did not roll above a 10, you are knocked down as the force of a giant quake rattles the interior of this library. You can hear objects falling from shelves, glasses shattering, and giant booms as metal candelabras fall and smash on the ground. You hear Lauralee yelp in surprise and in panic as she ducks down and holds her head as if she were afraid something were going to fall on top of her. The quake lasts for about 30 seconds. And as it starts to subside, Lauralee picks herself back up and says, "Oh no. Oh, it's gotten worse now. Oh."
And it's accelerated.
That was faster this time.
I refuse to believe that correlates anything to this book that I just put on here. But what it could, I mean, coincidence. We're gonna need to put that actual book on here fast.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, when
I'll-
has socialism ever not worked?
Oof.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it's
Fine.
worked in Baldur's Gate or Waterdeep, but I
it's
haven't
just
been
an
there, so I
idea.
can't say.
well, I mean, those are more capitalistic. We're not gonna get into semantics of society here, especially whenever we're on top of basically a ticking time bomb. Yeah, let's. I guess we're gonna have to go into this book, guys.
Right.
So
Well,
it's kind of the same of going to and from Candlekeep here. You all just need to touch the book, and you need to read what it says.
read what the book says.
Uh-huh.
It's currently blank.
Yeah. Once you
Please.
touch the pages, it'll start to show up. That's the
Okay.
magic. I
All
wanted
right,
to kind
that's-
of leave it hanging in a
that's the
moment of
magic, yeah.
suspense.
I already did, and the words didn't show up for me yet.
The whole place was shaking, and you're gonna leave some suspense going on.
Yeah. I've been alone for 30 years with only ghosts and rats to keep me company.
And you've been performing in front of rats. I mean,
Yes,
I get okay.
I've
yeah,
gotten
that's fair.
quite good at it. They like
That's
my
fair.
monologues.
Well, good. I actually, that's nice. As somebody that grew up in a floating library with a cranky old bag of bones that did not have any wanted performance, I appreciate that. I wish I had
Thank
rats
you.
to talk to. No problem.
Thank you. They're my friends, and then sometimes I get mad at them because they try and eat the books.
Okay.
Anyway, all you have to do is touch the page. Who would like to do that?
well, I put my hand on there.
Yep.
Well, I would just put my finger on there because my hand's pretty big.
So Dan touches the book first.
There you
And Quill.
go. Okay.
Love's in there right after Mordo.
Who wants to read out loud? between Dan and Eric.
Doesn't bother me.
You can read it.
Dan, I'm sending you something on Discord for you to read out loud.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Nobody said this was going to be a participation game.
I literally told you that.
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom ruled by a handsome king and his handsome wife. The two monarchs were very much beloved by their people and loved each other very much and brought together a peaceful time in their handsome kingdom. There was so much peace, in fact, that it would be expected to end there with a happily ever after, a closing of the book, and a kiss to the forehead. But instead, the time of peace had come to an end. The handsome wife, the queen, became very ill, and for many years the king held her hand and devoted nothing but his undying love to her. But the queen, who knew her time was short after surviving many years already, told her handsome husband, the king, "When I am gone, and you must remarry, ensure your new bride is only as beautiful as I." And as the king promised his handsome wife to follow her wish, she smiled and slipped into her eternal rest.
As the words of the story wash over you, the world beneath your feet begins to swirl. Not like quicksand, but not unlike sand sifting through your fingers. The musty smell of petrichor blends and folds itself into something new, something familiar, and your senses slowly come back to you as you hear the clamor of horses walking through a cobblestone street and people chattering all around you. Vendors shouting wares, and even a child crying. And you, dear adventurers, find yourself standing in the middle of a street lined with structures made of wood and stone. A street gently sloping upwards into the towering maw of a gray-stoned castle. And it is there that we are going to end our first session.
See, Mordau, yet another successful monarchy.
See, Quill gets it.
This society's built on lies!
Yep.
The world's fake!
Alrighty, folks. Thank you guys so much for joining us for our very first session of Between the Prose. My name is Finn. I have been your dungeon deity this evening, and we will be playing every other Sunday to continue our story along. I hope that you have enjoyed yourselves. I hope that you have a good rest of your evening or day, and that you remember to drink water. And, cast, would you guys like to say your goodbyes and who you played this evening?
Okay. All right. See you guys. My name's Dan. I played Mordau, the Goliath barbarian, and I had a lot of fun there.
I'm Connor. I played Love, the Tiefling Fey Wanderer Ranger, and I also had a lot of fun. So thank you very much for watching.
All right, okay. What's up? I'm Dungeon Master Eric, and I played Quill. He's a jerk. But I had so much fun tonight, and I also run a show on Vibe Tribe Productions. You can see us on the other Mondays. And we have most of this cast with us, amazingly. So much fun. Quindar.
I am Maximus, and I've been playing Kundar, the Drow Warlock, as you could all tell. My social is down here. If you want to come follow me. Again, I'm going to be doing skits based on the party. Thanks for joining.
Thank you guys, and have a good rest of your evening.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's going to happen next time? Well, you're going to have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.